Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Menosaur series. Yeehaw! Wildrider, what was that?
I'm excited!
Okay. Are you excited because you're an online exclusive?
No!
Okay. Are you excited because you got a cool new name like Breakneck?
No!
Okay, so why are you excited?
Too much coffee!
Okay, how about we give you a few minutes, you can calm down, and we'll go on with a review of you, Transformers Combiner Wars online exclusive Stunticon Deluxe Class Breakneck. Okay folks, welcome back to the channel, and yeah, we just really did this mold when we took a look at Dead End. Exact same mold. So transformation, I can tell you now, is going to be a 10 across all modes. He is easy to transform. Easy peasy to transform. Posability, playability, again, he's getting a 7. In robot mode, he's fantastic. In the other modes, again, as car mode, he's great. He holds together fine, but I find that there's so little clearance that he doesn't roll the best. In leg mode, which is what I use him as, we have the same issue with his legs not really holding together super secure. Same thing in arm mode, and just like with Dead End, there you go. That's how great that holds into his shoulder. So there's storage, but it's nothing to get excited over, to be honest with you. He has the exact same pipe gun thing. This thing, you know, it's a foot, it's a gun. You poke out the fingers and it's gonna be a hand. You know, it looks okay, whatever. Now we're going to I guess take a closer look at this guy in terms of paint apps, because that's really the only thing that's different. You know, he does have a new head sculpt, a fantastic head sculpt that is very breakneckish, Wildrider-ish. You know, he's gonna ride wild and break your neck, I guess. Whatever. But it's a beautiful head sculpt. The red is like a very glossy red, makes his face stand out. I love the shape of the head. It's you know, it's Wildrider. It's absolutely fantastic. His paint apps, again, I want to give a 10 to because I love this. But the thighs should be gray. The purple on the chest should actually be blue, basically. And the red and the gray on the arms should kind of be reversed, which is the way he looks in the Unite Warrior set. But in actually seeing that version, I feel like it's just bland. It's too monochromatic. It's too one color, one tone. I like this paint scheme. It breaks up the monotony. The gray and the red play off each other really nice. I thought about doing some custom work on this guy, especially on the thighs, and painting them gray, but it just seems like too much gray. I do love the silver. I love the black kneecaps. I love the purple. And I love the little Decepticon symbol there on his chest. I love the way the arms turned out. Even with this, you know, piece of unpaintable plastic, as they call it. You know, it's not a perfect red match to the red here and the red here. It's a little bit different, but it's a great match to the fists, and it's a great match to the thighs, and I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty good. I love the gunmetal gray on the hood, and the rather large and prominent Decepticon symbol, I think, looks really good. So this is how he looks in robot mode, and he has the exact same articulation as Dead End, with, you know, the arms out and the slightly deeper than 90 elbow band, and the bicep swivel and the ratcheted wrists again, and the head goes left and right, up and down, very slight. The, you know, waist articulation, the nice deep knee bend. You know, he's fantastic. And the truth is, Streetwise, Prowl, anything that uses this mold is getting an excellent robot mode. Excellent robot mode. If you are curious how he compares with Offroad, well, you know what? I really don't want to change Offroad out of leg mode because we're going to use him later on for the combined video. But you know what? Here's the comparison of the two. You know, Offroad, his colors were kind of an homage to this guy who was in the comics. He abandoned the Stunticons. I'm happy to have him, and he was his own. You know, Offroad was his own character with the tealy blue color and the green face. So I mean, it is what it is. And of course, he was a truck, and this guy is a car. When I got him for regular retail price. When I saw him again, he was up for a premium price because he's an online exclusive. You know, again, jumping from kind of like Quickslinger, jumping from, I think it was like $17.99 to $24.99. Is he worth that? Plus shipping. Honestly, I don't have a problem with Offroad. I never had a problem with Offroad. It's just the G1 completist in me that wanted this guy. Do I regret buying him? No. Do I think he's necessary if you're sort of on the fence and thinking, do I really want to spend the money on that, or am I okay with Offroad? Be okay with Offroad. He's not a necessity. He's just nice to have. To transform to arm mode, I talked about how the arms can kind of go in, but what I do for arm mode, and I'm going to do the same thing with this guy that I did with Dead End, is I flip in the wrists and I kind of just angle the shoulders back a little bit, to be honest with you. I take the chest back and put it into the hood of the car, really, and I flip up the combiner port and I flip down, if it's not already done, flip down the tailpipe piece, and you stick his legs together, and you take the hand foot gun piece and you stick that in there. Here, we'll do it this way, and there you go. Is that other way? There you go. And that's him as an arm. You know, again, using the waist and the knees, you get a nice deep bend. Same problem. These two sections don't really hold together super tightly. Over time, they're gonna, you know, in playing with them, they're probably gonna come apart. I'm holding onto both sides here now, so it's not happening, but it tends to. His combiner port, you know, gives you a nice strong, you hear the clicky there, that's gonna give you your shoulder articulation, or it would if we had a great torso for it to attach to. You know, it's okay. It's all right. It doesn't hold together great. That's why he's only a 7 for articulation. You can see, look, it's coming apart there now. So let's put him in car mode, and then let's put him in leg mode. So for car mode, we put the combiner peg down. Again, if you have this, flip forward, and same thing as on Dead End. There's a couple of holes here, a couple of pegs here, and that locks in his chest, and this comes down on his back. So you bring this up, you flip this up, and you kind of just leave it for now. His arms are, well, I already have them straightened out, and I have the wrists or the hands flipped in. You know, here you go, that's where they flip in. You just bring the shoulder down, and you bring the shoulder down, and they kind of lock in there on the side, like so. You know, there's a side. You take the waist and you turn that around. You might have to fix his arms a little bit, but that's nothing. You open up one leg, you open up the other leg. If you didn't already have the tailpipe down, you know, if it was up like that, you take the tailpipe and you flip it down. You flip the legs up at the knee. You flip the legs up at the knee.
like so. You wrap the other part of the leg down around. You wrap this part of the leg down around, and you just kind of squeeze it and peg it all together. And it squeezes and pegs together, you know, in this mode anyway, it squeezes and pegs together pretty easily. There you go, there's most of that. And now we're back up to the front again. There's a couple of pegs. I feel like it's difficult to see. There's a couple of pegs here and here. Those pegs will peg in like so, and you just bring that down so that it's flush like so. And last but not least, the windshield pushes down into place, and you squeeze everything a little bit more, and there you go. There's car mode for Breakneck / Wildrider. And again, like, he rolls okay, but I feel like there's tension on the bottom a little bit because the clearance is so tight. I mean, the wheels are fine and stuff, it's just the clearance is really tight, I think because of this part of the chest right here. Some people have kept it flipped down like that. I don't really find that helps or hinders it, so it's really up to you. If you do it, if you leave it down, he's going to have visible head syndrome. You leave it up, it's kind of no robot kibble underneath. Again, this thing goes in the door. This hand foot thing, the only spot to put it again is really up on top, because it would be down too far if it was pegged in on the door. You know, you could do that, I guess. Terrible storage for this. Anyway, to put him into leg mode, again, you take the windshield and you flip it back. I find it's easiest to take it from the sides. You take that piece and flip it all the way down. You take that piece and flip it all the way down. You don't have to. I mean, you could leave this up, and a lot of people leave these pieces sort of up like this as like a knee, and you flip out the combiner peg. You know, a lot of people, like, if you want to leave it up as a knee, like, hey, you know, go for it. Why not? Who says you can't? But personally, for me, I kind of like the G1 accuracy, and a lot of people will turn it around this way, losing the knee bend for G1 accuracy. I say just flip this down in front. People hate this chunk being flipped down in front. For me, I don't mind it. I don't really care. So it doesn't, you know, if it doesn't bother me, then I guess that's what I'm going to do. We take the hand foot piece here and we put it up and under. We can take this gun piece again and store it, you know, on the door, and there you go. There's Breakneck Wildrider as a leg. And you know, again, he looks good there now. He's functional there now. But if you put the weight on him, I feel like, again, he starts to kind of come apart. You know, here are both of these guys in leg mode. I still think Offroad pulls it off better. I don't tend to put Offroad on Menasor because I happen to have Breakneck. But when I did have Offroad on Menasor, because, you know, he was the leg that came out at retail and the one I had first, I had no problem, and I thought Menasor still looked great with him, to be honest with you. So in the end, this is what you got. More red on Breakneck than it is on this guy. So if you're really kind of keen on the solid gray color, another win for Offroad. So overall score for this guy, he's, again, you know, he's gonna get an 8. He's, you know, it's a great mold. It's easy to transform. It's just that there are, at least with mine, some tolerance issues, and I've heard tell of people having no tolerance issues with this mold. So, yay them. If they have no tolerance issues, maybe he's a 9. But for me, because of those tolerance issues, it takes him down to a 7. Anyway, that's it. We have that mold finished. Oh, and I guess I should point out, again, in Canada we got collector cards, you know, like his collector card. But because I ordered this guy from online, he came from the US, and we actually got the comic book. The artwork looks great on it. That very much, I think, does look very close to Breakneck Wildrider. He's painted like the toy is, granted, but I think it looks good. And we have the, on the desk page again, whatever. A lot of people think that that's cool, and it's cool if you think it's cool. I don't really care about it. We have the... I'll move this guy out of it for a minute. We have the bio, if you want to read it. It kind of gives the backstory of him abandoning the team. Inside, I mean, the artwork is nice. The story is pretty good. It largely focuses on Megatron and Bumblebee, and Prowlestator's in there. And there's the last page. I don't think it's any spoilers with this issue anymore. So, there you go. Now we're done with them. Hey. What? Are you still overexcited, Wildrider?
No.
Down off the coffee high? You gave me an 8. Oh. An 8's not a bad score, bud. It's just... I wish that you held together a little bit better. Oh, great. Why don't you go hang out with Dead End? That guy's such a downer. I know, I'll get some coffee. Okay, so he's gonna go get coffee. I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time as we continue on toward the build video in the Menasor series.